Greetings. This pen is the Platinum 3776 Century. This particular variant is called the Bourgogne or Burgundy version. It's a nice translucent burgundy color. It's a very traditional shaped pen and sort of an average size pen. Here it is compared to a Lamy Safari and a Pilot Metropolitan. It's mostly a resin pen. It only weighs 25 grams, so it's a little bit on the light side. It's a nice looking pen. It's got a thin clip band, a nice functional clip. It's got a nice cap band which says Platinum, made in Japan, and then 3776. And then it's got a little piece of trim over here to kind of look like a piston turning knob, but it is not a piston-filled pen. This is a cartridge converter pen, which you would need to use either proprietary Platinum cartridges or the Platinum converter. This pen takes, let's see, 1 3/4 turns to open. It posts very nicely and securely. It's got a smallish section with just a tiny little rim over here. The threads here are, and the step down here is relatively unobtrusive. The nib is a 14 karat gold nib. It has a visual effect on the edge to sort of look like Mount Fuji, which makes sense. It's got a heart-shaped breather hole, and then the Mount Fuji effect makes sense because 3776 is the height in meters of Mount Fuji. It's exactly the same symbolism as the 4810 that Mont Blanc nibs have on them, which is the height of Mont Blanc. Has a little Platinum P logo, 14K, an M for medium, and then a little tiny 585, which is the gold content for 14 karat gold. That's about the extent of the externals of the pen. I do want to, this pen has an interesting feature. They have Platinum claims that you can keep this pen sealed for a very long period of time because of the inner cap. So we're going to do something to show off both the inner cap and how nicely translucent this pen is. So I'm going to turn the light down a bit, and then we're going to light up the insides of the pen. So you can see it's sort of this nice translucent burgundy color, as well as this spring-loaded inner cap seal. So Platinum claims that you can keep this pen for something like 2 years without drying out. I don't doubt that for a minute. It's a very well sealed pen, and it really does the job good. And it's, like I said, this burgundy color is really nice. But I guess the most important thing to see is, how does the pen write? And we're about to find that out right now. What we're writing with here is the Platinum 3776 Century, and this is a 14 karat medium nib. It writes very nice. It's a smooth writer. I'd say it's about average to below average on the wetness side. It's not a gusher of a wet pen, but it flows well, so you get some good flow there. It is a stiff nib though, so we're not going to get any flex out of this nib at all. I like the feedback in this nib though. It's got a nice little whisper of feedback that I think is really nice. Reverse writing, it is a bit possible you get, that would be a extra fine if you need to write a few words in reverse, but it's not particularly scratchy actually on the reverse side. It's actually decently smooth in reverse, so it is possible. All in all, nice pen. 14 karat gold nib. Has that special cool sealing inner cap. Great color and translucency. Really nice pen. Let's talk about this ink a little bit. So this is a ink that I think is pretty good to pair with this pen. So this is J. Herbin Rouge Bourgogne, Bourgogne, and this is burgundy red ink from J. Herbin. So perfect color to pair with this pen. And like a lot of J. Herbin inks, great color, really deep. It's a burgundy color. It's a pinkish, reddish, winey kind of wine grape, I guess, kind of color. So if this is the sort of thing you like and you have a use for, it is definitely a good ink. It has great flow. Not really much shading. You get a little bit, but not very much. It's just a real nice, pretty color. Like most of the J. Herbin inks, it's well behaved. It has relatively fast drying. We're not looking at something that has anything in the way of bleed through on the paper, so that works out well. So it doesn't have a lot of like any kind of cool features. There's not really much in the way of shading. There's no shimmer, there's no sparkles, there's nothing like that, but it's a good solid burgundy colored ink. And no review of J. Herbin ink would be complete without me complaining about the shape of the bottle. So this is what the J. Herbin bottles look like. They're just the wrong shape for ink bottles in terms of being practical. They are a pretty looking bottle. They have nicely printed labels. It looks nice to sit on your desk, etc., but not the most practical thing in the world for filling a pen. But that being said, nice ink. So we got a nice ink. We got a nice pen this week. All in all, I think we did pretty well. So I think that will do it for today. If you like this review, please subscribe. If you don't, let me know what you don't like about it. And until next time, bye-bye.